RD, good morning po. Sir, ask ko na lang din po yung background po netong mga Chinese na ito. Ito po ba yung mga working dito o sila po yung mga turista?
Agent, may answer, please.
Yes, ang background nitong mga subjects natin na nahuli natin is they are remnants of the Pogo, which is up to now is may mga illicit activities pa rin sila dito sa atin.
Tapos sir, kompleto po ba sila ng mga dokumento dito o na-discover na sila po yung nagtatago since they are former POGO workers, sir?
As of now, based sa coordination natin sa BI, itong mga to is overstaying na dito sa atin.
Overstaying. Then sir, yung victim po, ito po ba yung lalaki, babae, anong edad po, sir?
Of legal age na itong victim natin, isa siyang Chinese national din.
Chinese national. Lalaki po, babae?
Lalaki.
Lalaki, okay. Thank you po, RD.
For clarification, the victim here was recruited by itong pinagtatrabahoan itong dalawa to work as part of the IT. When he sensed that the operations was illegal, he wanted to move out of the company, to get out of the company, but he was restrained. His passport was confiscated and was forced to work against his will and was being kept or detained for 15-20 days already until the successful rescue by the operatives of the National Capital Region.
Nabanggit po, RD, na ito pong mga Chinese po na ito ay sangkot din po sa iba pang illicit activities. Ano-ano pa po itong illicit activities? Ito po ba scamming activities, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, that is the statement to us by the victim. Kaya siya umalis dahil nakita niya na medyo hindi tama yung ginagawa. And we are backtracking on that. The reason why we are not presenting the victim is because the victim is cooperating with us.
Yes. RD, nakaranas po ba ng pananakit yung victim mula po dito sa mga Chinese?
We did a medical check on the victim, none so far.
None. Then may mga lumapit na po ba na ibang mga na-scam po na itong mga ito, sir?
Wala pa. We hope that with this presentation, with the cooperation of media, we will be able to ask the other victims, no? Lalo na yung sa kanilang illegal operations.
Alright. Last for me, sir. Ito pong illicit scamming activities po nila. Ito po ba love scam? Ano pong klaseng scam ito, sir?
Ito yung anti-financial account scamming activities. But we limited our operations to the rescue kasi ito yung primordial consideration. Ito yung paramount consideration, yung life and safety ng victim.
Thank you po, RD.
Thank you. Next. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Ladies first.
Hi, sir. Sir, anong kaso yung kakaharapin nila or ita-turn over ba natin sila sa immigration since mga foreigner yung involved?
We have filed a case of illegal detention. This was already resolved by the prosecutor and no bail was recommended. We will deal with the immigration matter kung kompleto na yung aming verification, both doon sa record check namin with our criminal database and with the immigration database and our Interpol portal.
Pero kung may mga lalapit po sa atin na mga nabiktima po ng pang-scam nila, pwede pang madagdagan po yung mga kaso nila, no po?
Yes, and that is the reason why we are presenting them today for media.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Magandang umaga ho, RD. Pwede katanungan ho, meron silang katsabas na mga ibang nasa gobyerno opisyales, kaya ganyan kalakas silang loob gumawa ng kalokohan?
Agent on case or the team leader, Attorney Poso, may answer. Yes, sir.
For now, wala pa kaming information na nare-receive regarding that, sir.
Pero kasali sila sa mga sindikato, umo-operation sa mga biktima?
Probably. It's a group of syndicate.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Next. Anything more? Thank you. We now proceed to the offering for sale and distribution of unregistered vape products. We would like to acknowledge our representatives from the DTI, Department of Trade and Industry, under the Office of OSMB, the Office for Special Mandate on vaporized nicotine and non-vaporized. They are here. They would not like to divulge their identity for security reasons. Well, they are very active in assisting the NBI. We go together on operations. This is a case of seizure by the NBI. Ito ay medyo may kahirapan dito dahil tatlong layer tatlong salang dito yung buy bust or what we would call the entrapment operations. Unlike before, yung entrapment operations, pagkita ng pusher buyer at nung seller, nandun na kaagad yung pera at nandun na kaagad yung produkto being offered for sale or the subject matter of the deal. But in this case, tinitingnan muna nila yung pera kung totoo yung pera namin at ipapakuha muna nila yung pera and then tsaka lang nila kami dadalhin sa ibang lugar kung nasaan yung goods. At konti lang yung goods, there should be a follow-up on another place kung saan yung bulk ng goods. This happened already before, kaso ng STF, where the first meet-up was in Cavite, and the handover of the payment was in Alabang, and they were able to confiscate the goods in Laguna. Ganon din dito, medyo may kahirapan. So this is out of the ordinary, while law enforcement is evolving in its investigative technique. Ganon din yung criminal techniques. Nag-i-evolve din sila at nag-i-improve din sila. And this makes it a little bit difficult. That is why we have to continue to train our agents on this aspect. We have here, again, the agent on case, Supervising Agent Mark Caceres, please.
Again, good morning. Last September 25 of this year, we received reliable information from a confidential informant stating that a certain individual is offering illegal vape products, which is a violation of Republic Act 11900. Upon receipt of the information, we prepared intelligence report and asked authority from our director, Judge Santiago, and to our regional director for the conduct of an operation. Yun nga, yung operation was resulted to the arrest of a Chinese individual and a Filipino-Chinese individual and confiscation of 6 boxes of illegal vape products.
The samples of these products ay nandoon po. These are unregistered products. Some of these products we are going to submit to our Forensic Chemistry Division for determination kung meron itong, although this is going to be random sampling, kung meron itong laman na illegal substance or narcotics, especially cannabis. Tinitingnan namin ito kasi baka nandito itong mga nakapaloob. Questions? Yes, sir, please.
Good morning, Direk. Yung mga produkto nila, gaano kalawak binibenta nila? All nationwide ba o namimili ng mga kliyente? At ang mga kliyente nila, puro mga Filipino o Chinese?
Attorney Charles?
Actually, yung modus nila, they do it in bulk sales. Hindi naman sila namimili kung Chinese, foreigner, or Filipino yung buyer. As long as there is a willing buyer and willing to pay for a bulk sale, nakikipag-deal naman sila.
Okay, thank you.
Next. Yes, sir, please.
Good morning po. EJ po from Philippine Star. Sir, saan po nila binebenta yung mga vape products po na ito mostly?
Agent Mark.
Mostly through Telegram, may mga contacts yan, through social media, and nag-exchange ng number yung mga yan, and then
But as you can see, they are making it appear that these products are locally manufactured. Kasi ang mga nakalagay dito, in Filipino characters na, may Tagalog na siya, and in English. But according to the information, nanggaling po ito sa China.
Last po, kasi may mga cases na rin po dati kayong pinesent na unauthorized vape. Meron po ba itong connection sa mga previous cases na po ninyong na-present itong nahuli po ninyo ngayon, or is this different?
We are doing a matrix on that. Titingnan namin kung sino talaga yung main distributor dito ng unregistered vape products. And to add to the response of Attorney Charles Puso, makita mo, meron na itong Filipino label, no? Because this is consistent already with the requirement of the DTI. But this is unregistered. Para lang pagtitingnan mo, this will pass on as registered. Nakalagay doon ang dapat ang label ay meron ng language kung saan siya dinidistribute. So this, they would make it appear na meron na itong Tagalog. Para pag tiningnan mo, makakalain mo totoo na ito or registered na ito. But it does not erase the fact na unregistered ito. Hindi ito dumaan sa DTI. For purposes, DTI coordinates very closely with BIR, if you may want to know. The reason for that is for internal revenue purposes. Kung sinabi ng DTI ng register sa amin 1 million vape boxes, that's yung revenue na titingnan ng BIR natin. They also coordinate very closely with FDA for standards, no? Safety standards nitong products when these are already distributed to the market and to the consumers.
Last na po. So is it safe to say that because you will make a matrix ng mga previous cases ng vape products na baka merong iisang grupo lang na nagsusupply ng unauthorized or unregistered vape products?
Yes, that's the direction of all of these operations. We have the information for this particular subject. Nakapalaman lang ito dun sa ibang importation. That is why you will notice yung seizure is konti lang. Nakapalaman lang ito. Hindi ito yung pumapasok na isang 40-footer o 20-footer.
Thank you po.
Thank you. Next. Yes, sir, please. The son of our former Deputy Director Oida.
Oscar Oida po, GMA News. Sir, nabanggit niyo sa safety, no? For soundbite purposes, pakisabi lang, sir, yung danger nito, no? Kamo hindi sumailalim sa inspection ng DTI, ng FDA. So, meron ba kayong natanggap na reports before na may napahamak, napasama yung kalusugan dahil sa mga unregistered vape products and potential dangers?
Thank you for asking that. I would rather that DTI answer that question, please, from the DTI. Thank you.
Hello, sir. For that po, more of DOH na po yung nakakakuha ng mga data na yan since it's more related to health. But if it is unregulated po, hindi tayo sure kung ano po yung nilalaman ng mga vape products. When it undergoes DTI accreditation and licensing, chine-check din po namin if pasado sa standards yung nilalaman ng chemicals as well as yung performance and safety ng devices.
Thank you, and that is why your NBI and your DTI in partnership, in tandem, we work very hard, no, to go after these unregistered vape products para maprotektahan naman yung ating consuming public, no. Next, please. Lana, then we move to another case. This time, and illegal investment scheme I would like to acknowledge our victims. Ang victims natin dito, ito po sila, no? Ito yung mga retired, ito yung mga pensioners. Nakakaawa dahil yung kanilang pension, there is this company that offers facilitation nung release nung pension. But once released, hindi po napupunta sa kanila lahat. Konti lang napupunta sa kanila at sinasabi nung nagpa-facilitate na kumpanya, ang leader nito ay itong nahuli natin na ilagay doon sa investment. The company is not authorized by the Securities Regulation, our SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission, to solicit investment. So hindi protected yung kanilang investment to the point na na-scam sila. Nakakaawa po dahil ito ay hard-earned money nila at malaki na ang nawala sa kanila, millions na ito. For the operational details, we have Senior Agent Henry Rojas to my far right. Sir.
Thank you, sir. Sabi nga ni sir, galing ito sa, itong complaint na to ay nag-stem sa mga complainants. The National Bureau of Investigation successfully conducted an entrapment operation leading to the arrest of Dominga Supnet Mejia for alleged involvement in an illegal investment scheme that defrauded pensioners and other individuals. The operation was carried out on September 30 at around 12:30 p.m. at Max Restaurant, Ali Mall, Cubao, Quezon City, in coordination with Ms. Capisin, who earlier reported losing 200,000 to Mejia Group. Investigation revealed that the group solicited funds from the public without a license from Security Exchange Commission, promising high returns but misappropriating the money. Yun lang po.
Questions, please? Clarifications? Yes, ma'am, please.
Pwede pong malaman kung paano po yung naging scheme po nila, paano sila nakakahikayat ng mga nabibiktima po nila?
Pasasagutin ko po sa isang, sa point person ng mga pensioners, Colonel Marcas or Sir Bernardo.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Commander Bernard Jacob, ma'am, Philippine Navy. Yung ginawa po kasi sa akin, ano po yun eh, teka muna. Nung ano po kasi, ang akala ko, 3 months ago, magpe-pension na ako. So naghanap po ako ng tao na po pwede kong makapag-loan. Kasi po, actually, umalis po ako sa serbisyo, kalahati lang po yung kalahati lang yung matatanggap kong dahil may naiwan akong loan. So, ina-expect ko yung natitira kong loan na magagamit ko para sa business. Unfortunately po, nung nakuha ko yung pera, nakuha ko naman yun sa bangko. Pero pagdating po doon sa sasakyan, kinuha po sa akin dahil may promise din daw ako kay na i-invest. Actually, bumili po ako ng ng machine para gamitin po yung perang yun para mag-operate and mag-expand po yung isang laundry ko para at least may kapalit yung loan na nakuha ko at saka yung deduction pa sa akin na naiwan ko sa Navy. So, yun naiwan na lang po sa akin talaga. Yun na lang po talaga eh. Kaya naawa po ako sa wife ko kasi nangako ako na may retirement ako money. Ang problema hindi ko na naibigay. Kaya medyo kami ngayon sa mga payments. Ngayon po nag-a-apply ako ng trabaho, supposed to be retired na ako pero pinipilit ko po ngayon magtrabaho.
Opo. Sir, paano nyo po nalaman yung tungkol sa company na yon or paano nyo po siya nakilala?
In-endorse po ako ng isang agent na pwede ka na mag-loan kasi 3 months bago ka mag-pension, makakakuha ka na. Kaya nainganyo po ako kasi parang utang na loob ko po sa kanya na, ay, okay, makakakuha ko ng pera before my pension. So, makakapag-start ako, mapatakbo yung business ko. Yung,
Tapos, ano pong nangyari?
nung ano po, pagdating ko sa opisina, binigay ko po sa kanya yung pera ko. Pero bago po ako pumasok sa opisina, ibinabot niya po yun sa akin ng anak niya. Parang naano ko po, parang naramdaman ko, budol po kasi yun eh. Kasi kinuha ng anak niya sa akin sa bangko. And then pagdating sa opisina, binalik sa akin since may CCTV doon sa office niya. So inabot ko sa kanya. Ganun po ang nangyari. Pero sa totoo lang po, hindi ko po talaga gusto sanang i-ano sa kanya. Pero kasi tayo bilang Pilipino, iniisip natin, ay, may utang na loob tayo sa kanya na ano. And then nangako naman siya, binigyan niya ako ng kontrata, tapos binigyan niya ako ng mga post-dated check. So naisip ko na, mababalik naman pala yung pera ko. Pero unfortunately, yung mga cheque po, tumalbog po yun. Tapos, yun lang po.
Thank you. Our victims are teary-eyed. Most of our victims are teary-eyed. If you will notice, kawawa naman because they have served this country well. They are formerly men in uniform, only to find out later on that their hard-earned money is worse come. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Commander, yung sa sinasabi niyo po kanina, paano po kayo nagkaroon ng utang na loob po sa kanya?
Kasi po, kami pong mga pensioner, ang iniisip namin, makukuha namin yung pension sa date ng pension namin. So kung may i-advance namin yun dahil tatlong taon po akong magtitiis sa lump sum, tsatsagain ko po yun na pagkasyahin sa loob ng 3 taon. Pag-retire po namin, magla-lump kami. And then after na makakuha mo yun, titiisin mo yun within 3 years, kailangan tipirin mo yun. So kailangan medyo matipid at mag-invest ka sa ibang dahil pagdating pa po ng pension after 3 years. So sa 3 buwan, bago ako mag-pension, iniisip ko baka pwede na maka-advance kasi wala na talaga akong resources. Actually, sir, pumasok din po ako sa mga business pero nalugi yung lugawan ko. Tapos, yung engineer na nakasama ko, hindi rin ako binayaran doon sa project na nangontrata po kami sa construction eh. Kaso, tinakasan din ako ng isang engineer. So, iniyaan ko na lang yun.
Commander, question na lang din po kung how many years have you served po sa Navy, sir?
25 years in service, sir.
25 years in service. And how much did you lose po dito sa investment scheme na ito, sir? Kayo po.
Ang capital po without interest is 1.3 million, sir. Malaki na po sa katulad namin yun. Hindi po, malaki na po yun sa amin talaga.
Then, if, po, sir, magkano po yung lump sum na na-receive po ninyo?
Na-receive ko po yung lump sum, mga nasa 4-something million. Pero po, hindi po, bumili po kasi ako ng retirement home. Malas nga po talaga ako eh. Kasi yung binili ko pong bahay, inutakan din ako ng developer. Mabuti na po ito, malaman din ng mga, mag-ingat po yung mga sundalong katulad ko. Yung developer na, ko po, ngayon, ang ginawa niya po, binayaran ko na yung equity, yung down payment, meron pa nga akong bank difference. Ang problem po noon, during that time, pandemic. So, ang reason nila, yung contractor, tumakas daw. Dahil pandemic, hindi na tinuloy yung project. And then, nung kinukuhanan na nila ako ng requirements, nagko-comply na ako sa requirements, inikutan ko yung bahay, may nakatira na. Tapos ngayon, para hindi ko sila, idemanda, inalok na ako nilang Kaya doon po napunta yung mga pera na ko sa business at saka doon sa bahay. retirement home po na sana namin yun ng misis ko eh.
Saan po yun, sir?
Sa ano po yun sa Cavite.
Thank you, sir. RD, yung mga nascam po sa kanila, sir, pwede pa kayang maibalik yun?
Well, yes. Ang ginagawa ng NBI ay criminal prosecution, but later on, this is without prejudice. Kung mag-usap sila at ibalik nila, then nasa kanila yon. But ang NBI dito ay will file the violations in law.
Ano pong kaso ito, RD? Na
Ito
ifa-file po
yung
natin?
violation ng ating Securities Regulation Code at itong illegal investment scheme niya.
RD, warning nyo na lang po sa mga kababayan natin and those na magtatangka pa po na pumasok sa mga gantong investment scheme.
Well, for all of these operations, the NBI Director, Judge Jaime Santiago, and the National Bureau of Investigation would like to warn and caution our public on three things. First, when you feel na hindi dapat magtrabaho against your will and you are being held captive or against your will, as in the case of illegal detention, this goes through also with our yung nagtatrabaho overseas, in scams. Let your authorities know. Your NBI is here. In the consumer product industry, pag ito ay hindi nyo binili doon sa authorized dealer or licensed dealer or distributor, medyo alam nyo namang mababa ang presyo, but you run the risk na hindi ito, wala itong safety standards, hindi ito registered. Dito sa investment scheme, lalo na itong ating kawawang nagsilbin, mga sundalo, nagpakahirap ito, they defended our nation. Mapupunta lang yung kanilang hard-earned money sa unauthorized or illegal investment scheme. Magdahan-dahan, make sure, check with SEC kung itong nangangalap ng investment ay merong tinatawag na secondary license. It is not enough na registered sila sa SEC because the matter of registering with the SEC ay ministerial yan. But securing a secondary license that is protecting your investment, protecting public monies. So, magdahan-dahan, can check that with the NBI also. At meron kami ditong fraud division, meron kami organized transnational crime division, meron tayong NBI NCR, itong nakahuli nito. At sa ating general public, pag-ingat po, lalo na doon sa mga unauthorized, unregistered, at itong mga illegal schemes.
RD, ilan po silang retired po ulit na nabiktima po nito?
Sir?
Ilan po silang retired Navy personnel na...
Marami ito. We have, si Sir, dito. And the others are... ano ito, mga asawa ito, nung mga retirees, nung mga pensioners,
So,
marami ito sila. We ask the public to come to the NBI and file your complaint. Yung biktima nitong ating nakuha ngayon.
ang target po ba nito ay mga Navy pensioners lang po ba talaga or general?
Hindi lang Navy pensioners, meron din pensioners from the other services of the military. Army, si Sir Army, no? Philippine Army, Air Force. So, kompleto yung services ng Armed Forces. And we have to continue to protect our pensioners, our itong senior citizens.
Thank you, RD.
Thank you. Next. Lawyer for counsel for yes. Yes, sir. Discussion to germane relevant issues. Yes. Thank you, sir.
May I ask Honorable RD, how the NBI balance the right of the public to information and the right of the crime suspects, the right to privacy? Considering this case is under ongoing investigation.
Ang right po ng public ay nangingibabaw kaysa individual right. This is a collective right. If we do not present here arrested suspects at hindi kami tutulungan ng media, hindi kami makakatawag ng pansin dun sa ibang biktima. Thank you, sir.
How you assess the conduct assessment to the veracity of the complaint po?
Well, these are sworn complaints. These are sworn statements. They are liable for the veracity, the truthfulness of their statements given before us.
Thank you po.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Hi, RD. Good morning. Isaiah from PTV4. RD, do we have details kung magkano na ba yung nakulimbat nitong na pera mula po sa mga complainant in total?
Agent Rojas may answer, or one of the victims, sir, please.
Sir, I think for all of us nag-initial ng filing sa kanya, sir, I think for us is nasa 20 million na po. And iba pa po yung kasi marami po tong kaso before, as we dig on this person, nakita po namin na hindi lang pala po kami yung biktima. At marami pa pong actually, yung mga kasama ko po, napaghihinaan sila ng loob. Kasi is either natatakot or nagkakaroon ng pangamba sa buhay nila. Pero ako po kasi, since nung nag-retired po tayo ng natin sa serbisyo, basta feeling ko kasi nasa service pa ako, handa pa akong tumulong sa mga kababayan natin, lalo na yung mga nabibiktima ng ganito. Scheme ng, actually po, iba-iba po yung scheme na ginawa nila sa amin nung ito po, na actually sir, na dumating kami sa point na nag-give up na kami kasi napakalaki talaga yung nawala sa amin. hindi kaya, kumbaga, nakakapanglata, come to the point, gusto na. Ako personally, last June, super depressed ako, mentally depressed. Gusto ko na magpakamatay. Actually, sabi ko, kagagawa nito, nasira lahat dahil sa kanya. Tapos nung hinahanap ko pa yung iba, akala ko ako lang. So, nung nakita ko yung iba, sabi ko, parang lumalakas yung loob ko kasi sila yung nagbigay sa akin ng opportunity para ituloy ito. Kung ako lang kasi, ang gagawin lang nito is isa-settle niya, tapos papangakuhan kanya uli, then wala na. So kung differ nyo yung kanyang personality, mahabang panahon na ginagawa niya to. We have, kasi siyempre, we are coming from the armed forces before. We have all the intelligence also na we can put this person talaga na based on what we know are valid evidence po. Since we are also part of the law enforcement din po dati. Yun lang po sabi ni sir.
RD, another question. Curious lang kami kasi since karamihan sa mga biktima, mga men in uniform, paano nila nakikilala itong suspect? Paano naging konektado itong suspect sa mga men in uniform po natin?
Agent may answer.
Ito po kasing subject natin ay ang asawa niya ay galing men in uniform din. So, magkakakilala. Ito ang ginamit nating pang-entrap ay nagpapahulugan sa loob ng kampo. So, magkakilala to. So, iisang community. Iisang common denominator, pagsusundalo.
Okay. Sir, tinitingnan ba natin yung asawa niya ito ay posibleng sangkot din sa ginagawa po ng asawa niyang krimen?
Patay na po yung asawa niya.
Okay.
So, pensioner din po.
Okay. Sige po. Thank you po, RD. Salamat po.
We really appreciate the professionalism of our partners, the retired officers from the armed forces for coming to the NBI and letting the NBI take the legal steps. Kung iba pa ito, baka kung ano nang ginawa nila. They did not take the law into their hands. Makita mo, very professional sila. Nawalan sila ng pinaghirapan nilang pera. Kung iba pa ito, baka kung ano nang ginawa nila. Thank you, sirs. Next. Nothing more? Thank you. From the Director, again, thank you and God bless us all.